The vault. Open it.
We can't. The branch manager's not here.
I'm not playing games. Open it.
I robbed this bank. After getting my hands on $1 million, I didn't rush to leave. I pretended I needed more money, but in reality, I was deliberately waiting for the cops to arrest me. Everyone thought I'd lost my mind, but this was all part of my plan. My brother was framed and sent to prison. He's currently at Fox River State Penitentiary, and he's scheduled to be executed in 30 days, so I need to get him out fast. In court, I refused to defend myself. My lawyer tried to help, but I turned him down. The judge couldn't understand why I was doing this. I graduated from the University of Chicago with a degree in structural engineering and work as one of the world's top architectural engineers, making millions a year. I should have had a bright future ahead of me. She couldn't figure out why I'd rob a bank. I didn't respond, instead requesting to be sent to Fox River State Penitentiary since it was closest to home. The judge eventually granted my request. My plan was about to begin. The next day, I was sent to what's supposedly the most secure prison in America. That night I observed everything around me, thinking through my plan. Suddenly one inmate attacked another right in front of the guards. The prisoners immediately started cheering, getting incredibly worked up. I felt really uneasy. This place was way more dangerous than I'd imagined. Fortunately, my cellmate Sucre seemed like a decent guy. The next day, he filled me in on how things worked here. Each gang controls different territory, and there are armed guards in the watchtowers. He pointed out D.B. Cooper, who hijacked a plane 30 years ago and stole $5 million. I told them I was looking for someone named Lincoln Burroughs. They warned me to stay away from him. He's the most dangerous man in this prison.
Man killed the vice president's brother. In a month he's getting the chair, which means no one up this river is more dangerous than him. Why you want to see Burroughs so bad anyhow?
Because he's my brother.
When we were kids, our parents abandoned us. My brother raised me on his own. I believe he absolutely didn't kill anyone. He must have been set up. I have to get him out. Sucre told me he was working on a crew called PI. To get close to my brother, I needed to join PI too. I found the PI boss, John, and told him I wanted to join, but he ignored me. I placed an origami crane in front of him, saying I could be useful. His guys immediately stood up and told me to get lost. The next day, his friend called him and said he'd received an envelope with a photo of Fibonacci and an origami crane. Fibonacci was the key witness who could testify to John's crimes. John had been trying to find this guy forever with no luck. At that moment, he realized I could help him find this crucial witness. The next day, a guard came to my cell.
Scofield, I don't know what you did, but Abruzzi wanted me to give you this PI card. Congratulations. You just joined the ranks of the employed.
I successfully joined PI. I could finally see my brother. After work, I told him I wanted to break him out. He thought it was too risky, and even if we escaped, we'd need money to survive. I glanced at D.B. Cooper nearby. He'd hijacked that plane 30 years ago and hidden the $5 million somewhere, and John had a private plane that could help us escape. They were all part of my plan. My brother said this prison's layout was incredibly complex. I told him the prison had been renovated before, and my company handled the project. I knew the structure inside and out.
You've seen the blueprints? Better than that. I've got him on me. Are you kidding me?
But knowing the layout wasn't enough. I still needed a tool. The next day, during free time, I went over to a chair and felt the bolt underneath. I'd already studied this type of bolt extensively. The material was extremely hard, and with a little modification, it could be turned into a wrench. I started slowly turning the bolt with a coin when this creep named Teabag showed up.
Scofield. One thing's for sure, you're just as pretty as advertised. Prettier even.
He told me the prison was dangerous and that if I held onto his pocket, he'd protect me. I flat out refused. He told me to get off his turf immediately.
You come around these bleachers again, it's gonna be more than just words we're exchanging. Know what I'm saying?